Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 77 of the video podcast, Me and My Dog and Some Yarn. Still setting up, as you can see. Welcome. This is episode 77, and today is October 30th, 2016. It's Sunday, and it's about almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've already had quite a day. I got up early and we got ready for church and we went to Mass at 7 o'clock. And then we ran to Dunkin' Donuts and I got my iced coffee. And I mixed up some cookies, some cutout cookies for Halloween. I haven't done that in a long time, so I thought I would cut out some cookies and bake them and ice them for Halloween. So, I also got a new puppy, as a lot of you probably know if you follow me on Instagram. I got a puppy. That was really unexpected. 2 Fridays ago, I stopped by the vet to pick up Dottie's canned food. It's a special food that they only sell at the vet, and they've got different kinds. But this one is for stomach issues because now that Dottie's older, she's very sensitive with her stomach. So it's got probiotics and stuff in it, and it really helps just with her digestion. So I stopped by the vet office, and there was the cutest little puppy in there. And I asked the lady, I said, "Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Whose puppy is that?" Because a lot of the ladies who work in the vet, they bring their dogs in with them occasionally when they go to work. And she said, "Oh, well, we found it tied to a tree and it didn't have any food or water and somebody brought it in and, we're trying to find it a home." And I said, "Oh, it's so cute." And it was very cute. And I said, "Well, what kind is it?" And she said, "Well, we really don't know. It's about 10 weeks old and we think it's either Great Pyrenees and Chow Mix or something like that." That was her guess. So I said, "Oh, that's cute," and I took the food and went on my way. And I told my husband later that evening, I said, "There was the cutest dog at the vet." And he goes, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "They're trying to find it home." I described the dog. And he's like, "Well, why didn't you ask about it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. Dottie is getting older. I don't know if she can deal with a puppy right now." And he said, "Oh, she'd be fine," which I think she's fine. So anyways, he said, "You should call up and, see if anybody's adopted it." And I said, "No, it's okay." Well, he went to the vet Monday and stopped by to pick up Dottie's glucosamine for her joints. And he asked the lady, he's like, "Hey, y'all had a dog in here last Friday. My wife told me about it. Did you ever find it at home?" And she said, "No, nobody's really wanted to take it home, but would you like to?" And he's like, "Yeah, we've been thinking about it, but we're not sure about Dottie." And she took down our name and made a little note of it. The dog wasn't there at the time, so he didn't really get to see it. So the next day, Vince goes, "You need to call about the dog. You need to call about the dog if they haven't called you." So I called about the dog, and she said, "Oh, Kim, I was about to call you." She said, "The puppy is up here if y'all want to stop by and pick her up." And I said, "Well, if I pick her up and it doesn't work out with Dottie, can I try it over the weekend and bring her back if they just don't get along?" And she said, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." So I stopped by and I brought the puppy home, and Dottie growled one time at her, and then that was it. And Dottie still is, Dottie can only see out of one eye. So she's growled a few times since then because the dog, and I think we're going to name her, my husband picked out the name, Shady, because she was not found under a tree, which is, it's okay. I'm thinking more like Sadie, so I think if I call her Sadie and he calls her Shady, she'll answer to either one. So anyways, so yeah, we have a little puppy, and I think we're going to keep her. Kanka absolutely hates her. But Kanga's a cat, and she can get up high, and really the puppy leaves her alone. Just accidentally, she'll walk next to Kanga, not knowing even Kanga's there because Kanga's up on a chair or whatever, and she'll, hiss at her. "Come here, Kanga." She's up here with me today. Anyways, the puppy is gone. The puppy went for a ride with my husband, so I will introduce the puppy later. But I thought right now would be the perfect time to come up and podcast because the puppy is gone. And as you guys know, you have to keep constant watch on puppies, especially when they're not fully potty trained yet. So, hi, Kinga. Hi, sweet girl. Yeah, Kinga's been upset. She doesn't like the puppy. Yeah, Dottie's downstairs, so I want to make this a fast podcast so I can get down and spend some extra time with Dottie. She's adjusting really well. It's really kind of cute to see them together. In fact, I have a picture. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, here's a picture. Let's see if I can have Dottie and Sadie, or Shady Sadie. And you can go check out my pictures on Instagram if you want. It's Black Horse Knitter, but she's really sweet. We're having a lot of fun with her. And of course, I make sure I give extra attention to Dottie because I do not want her to feel like she's been replaced. And I give Dottie special privileges, like when we go to bed. Sometimes we'll go in there and watch TV for a little bit, and I usually let Dottie come in for a few minutes. So I've been doing that with Dottie. Of course, the Shady or Sadie is being crate trained. That's what we did with Dottie when she was little. And so she goes in a crate at night. The first night she cried about 10 minutes, and then she was quiet. And the next night she cried for just maybe a minute or two, and she was quiet. And last night I heard her whine one time, and that was it. So she's doing good. So, anyways, enough about our newest edition. I'll get on with the podcast. We have some new members. Yay! So, let me introduce or welcome the new members. We have Miss World, who is Amy from Canada. We have MVA 5493, who is Valerie from Kentucky. And we have Crafty Stockinette, who is Arletha from Michigan. I like that name. That's unusual. Then we have Crocheting Hoovian, who is Laura from New York. And then we have Terry Lynn, too, who is from Canada. And I know Crocheting Hoovian is also a podcaster. And I've heard her name mentioned on the Pin, Hook, and Needles podcast. So I have yet to check that out, but Laura, I am going to check your podcast out. So if you guys are looking for another podcast, you might go check out her podcast. That's Crocheting Hoovian, and she's on YouTube for sure, because I went ahead and went over there and saved her, subscribed to her channel so I could remember to go watch her when I get a chance. So ladies, welcome to the podcast. I'm so glad you guys joined us, and I can't wait to see the projects that you guys are working on. Okay, so we have 2 knit-alongs going on. Let me find my notes. Okay. I don't have all of my notes, of course. I was in a rush to get up here and podcast real quick so I could go back and make cookies and get a few things done before Sadie comes back because, oh my gosh, crazy puppy. We do have the Socktimber knit-along going on, and that runs through November 30th, so you have one more month, and it's just knit a pair of socks. It can be children's, it can be adult, as long as it's not just one sock like to hang on a tree or something like that. That's not included, but any socks that a person will wear. And we are allowing, if you want to make a full Christmas stocking, you have to make 2, like a pair. So if you want to knock out some Christmas stockings for Christmas, make sure you knit 2, and then they'll be entered into the knit-along. So yes, check out the rules on Ravelry, okay? It's all there. I do have a pattern coming out this week It's been tested, so thank you, ladies. You know who you are, who volunteered to help test my sock, and I greatly appreciate it. You ladies are awesome. Thank you. The pattern is called Harvest Festival, and right up here. Harvest Festival. It is just a top-down sock, about an inch of ribbing, and then a textured pattern, and it looks like cables, but it's not. It's a twisted knit stitch. Very simple, and the pattern is easy to memorize. So this would be great TV or a movie or football, watching knitting, okay? It can also travel in the car because you don't have to really think too much. Then it's just got a regular heel flap and a rounded toe because I like the way a rounded toe fits better. So check that out. It's going to be a free pattern on Ravelry, and it will be up this week. I just need to get pictures of the finished sock so I can put that on the pattern. Other than that, it's all ready to go. So watch for that. And if you knit this for the knit along, I know you only have 1 month, but they knit up fast. If you knit this, you'll get 2 points. Or actually any of my sock patterns that are out will get 2 points. Oops, I dropped my notes. Oh well, let's leave it. King is like about to pounce on them. Anyways, the toy along. Yay! I was so happy that the ladies of the Pinhook and Needles podcast asked me to co-host. And I forgot to mention my co-host. I do have a co-host for the sock knit along, and that is Maureen, and she is Victorian Studio with the Victorian Studio podcast. So if you're not watching her, go check her out. She's an amazing crafter, and I love to look at her knitting room and her craft room as she podcasts. She's great, so go check her out. She is also a co-host with the Pinhook and Needles ladies for the toy along. So anyways, go check out those podcasts because for the knit along you can double dip. Okay, I'm not going to go over the rules. They are listed on Ravelry, and I dropped my notes on the floor, so that's I'm not going to go over that. But the knit along for the toy along is knit any toy, and I absolutely love toys. I think the reason why I love knitted or crocheted toys is because my grandmother used to knit toys for all of her grandkids. And last podcast, I told you I would bring some over here so you could see them. These were knitted by my grandma, my mama. I called her Mama. It's my mom's mother. And I lost her back in, I think it was 92. It was right before my sister got married. And yeah, it's been a while, but I still miss her and I still think of her. And I have so many memories of her throughout my craft room, like the little toys that she knitted. And then I have a vase that I've put her knitting needles in that Mom gave me. And it's got a little picture. I think some of you have seen it. It's got a little picture of my mama when she was young and my mom when she was young, because a few of Mom's needles are in there too. They gave me some needles when I first started knitting, and those are really special, so they're over there. And I just have happy memories of my mama. So anyways, I will show you the toys that she knitted. This is a little goose, and it's just so cute. It's got felt. She made the feet that are felted, and the feet have some type of wire inside so that they can be bent in certain directions. But she made the little wings, and they're sewed on, and it's just so cute. She stitched the little eyes, and then she made the little beak has felt. Just so cute. I haven't hung these on the wall yet because I wanted to show you, but I hung my other little shelf over there, and then these I usually take a little thumbtack and stick them on the wall around there. And once I get the craft room all put together, I'll take you on a little tour. This is not a toy, but it was with the other stuff. Um, you put this on your broom handle, and then this pom-pom you can use to get maybe cobwebs that get up on the ceiling or whatever that you can't reach, and you just use your broom handle to get that. So my mama made these. I don't know that she had a pattern, but I recreated the pattern and I put it for free on Ravelry. I just kind of counted what she had here, and it's just a tube. And then you just gather up the stitches at the end and then put a pom-poms. Very easy. And if you make it out of acrylic or cotton, you can throw it in the washer and wash it. So that's that. Also, she made this cute little clown. Isn't that cute? So cute. It's got two little legs in different colors and little pom-poms. So cute. It's made out of worsted yarn, and it's just really, really cute. My mama loved clowns. She had a whole collection of clowns, and before she passed away, she went around her house and she put everybody's name on the bottom of a clown. And so I have a few of her clowns, and I put them out. They were at the old house. They were up on a shelf in the den or family room, and Victoria hates clowns. She's petrified of clowns. I think somebody must have let her watch scary movies when she was little. She absolutely hates them. So, anyways, I haven't put them out in this house yet. I don't really have a place yet. They're still in a box. But I don't really like clowns either, but the fact that my mama loved clowns and it belonged to her, I like these clowns. So, oh, one more, and this one's my favorite. This one's my favorite. It's a puppet. It's a pig, and it was loved so much that the eye got lost years and years ago when I was little. My hand's too big for it now, but my hand used to fit in here. It's got a styrofoam ball with a little hole for your finger. Let's see if I can. Oops. So you put your little finger up in there, and then you use your thumb and little finger in the arms. Except my hand's too big. Isn't he cute? He's got a little mouth. I love him. He's my favorite. Out of all the toys that she knitted, this little pig puppet was my favorite. And I might try to recreate this at some point and put the pattern out because it's just too cute. And you can make other things. You wouldn't have to do a pig. You could do a little dog or a cat. It would be super cute, and I think kids would love it. I don't know if kids really still play with puppets, but I think they're cute. Love them. Anyways, so that inspired me to knit a toy for the toy along, and it's a finished project, so I'm going to show these first. This is a little mouse, and he came out of a book that I had, and I don't have it here because I'm not prepared, but you can look for him on Ravelry, and I made him to stick in my old pie safe, which is right there. It has all of my fabric in it. I used to have it in my bedroom with sweaters and jeans, but now I have a nightstand, a new dresser in there and a chest of drawers. So I moved that up here, and it's got all my fabric, and then on the top it's got a shelf, a drawer that pulls out, and the drawer has a little mouse hole where a real mouse ate through it. It's an antique. And so I made this to go inside, and I've got that on Instagram too if you want to see a picture of him poking his head out of the hole. It's really cute. I've wanted to do that for a while. So that pattern is actually free on Ravelry, but it was in a book called something London. Um, I don't know. So go check it out on Ravelry if you don't mind. Then I pulled, these were sitting with the other stuff, but these my grandmother crocheted. My dad's mom, who yesterday they had to take her to the hospital. She's not doing real good, so if you guys could keep her in your prayers, I would appreciate it. But she made these little butterflies years ago for me, and they had magnets on them at one time. They were to go on the refrigerator. Well, the magnets came off, and I didn't really want to put them on the refrigerator years ago because I I was afraid they would get ruined. Being in the kitchen with cooking and kids and dogs and, well, you know. So I decided to put them away, and then when I made my craft room, I decided to thumbtack these to the wall. And it's so cute. It makes me think of my grandma all the time. Um, So yeah, my grandma is 96 years old and she's really in pretty good health, but she's had some blood pressure issues. And yesterday, she she has a touch of pneumonia, come to find out, is what was wrong. And her fever, she was running a really high fever and she wasn't really responsive, but yet when we left the hospital, she couldn't talk, so we're not sure if she's had a stroke or not, but we would ask her questions, and by the time we left, she was going, mm-hmm, or mm-mm. So, and she was looking right at us. When we first got there, she wasn't really. She was just kind of looking like she was looking towards you, but like she didn't really see you. But I think she heard us. I think she really could hear us at the beginning, so if you would keep my grandma in your prayers. So let's see what else. Okay, so I have done a little bit of knitting, but not a lot. Okay, so don't be shocked of the little bit of stuff that I'm showing you. But I did pull out my mini square blanket, and I put I believe these six on the end. I put those on recently, and I love this. I'm doing the big one, as you guys know. Um, the big one has 47 stitches, so 23 on each side with one in the center. This one has 16, so 15 on each side, one in the center. And I've got my notes on how I make my mitered square in the project page, so you can go find that out. This is really fun because this one can use those little bitty scraps that you don't have a whole lot to make a whole square of a regular square or a granny square, whatever you're doing. But these don't take that much. So you can use the little bits and pieces that you have. And I've even made some, where are they? Like this one. I didn't have enough to actually make the full square, but I found a color that went with it, and I finished it off with a solid. So this is a great way to use those little bitty scraps that you just hate to throw away, but you know. I thought about making socks like that too. I might do some scrappy socks, but for now I'm having a lot of fun with this blanket. The big one and the little one, once they get completed, I'll use these downstairs for the couch for watching TV or a movie or whatever. You know, we always have blankets down there to cover up with. And right now they're like, I call them Mexican blankets. I don't know really what they are, but I got one in Colorado years ago, and the other ones we got in San Antonio at El Mercado. So those are nice, but this will be nice because they're handmade, and I really like them. They're light, and it's not really cold here in Houston, so just something light like this is great. Kinga, what are you doing? She's playing with the string. All right. So, oh, I forgot. I've got a finished object. This was going to be a gift. At church, I'm in Ladies Auxiliary at church, and every year we get, we draw a name for someone in need, and we buy them a Christmas present that they fill out like a little form of what they would like. And then we wrap that up and put their name on it and give that to them. And that's probably, quite possibly, the only gift they might get. I got a name of a lady. You got to pick through. They had a whole bunch. They all got taken. Everybody has been taken, but I looked through a few and then I saw one and I just thought, oh, yeah, that's the one. I like that one. I don't know why, because, but anyways, she had several different things on her list, which I'm going to try to get all of her things, but I wanted to knit her something special. So I knit her a hat, and this is called Nola, and I don't know the lady. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know her size, but I thought, oh, a hat, that might be okay. Oh, can you guys see Kinga? And the horrible mess that is my craft room. She's so hilarious. She's been up here a lot because of the puppy. Anyways, so this seems really small, and I don't really like to put anything on my head that I'm going to gift to someone else, but I just had to try it out. So I think it's too small, so what I did was I went back and got some more yarn, and now I'm knitting the next size bigger. So that will fit. So I think I might give this to my grandma, and I'll put it on. It's a little tight. I mean, it fits me okay. It's the medium. My hair. Excuse me for a minute. There we go. That's better. I love this little detail on the hat. Since this is for my grandma, I don't mind sticking it on my head. She won't mind. It's really cute. I like it. It's called Nola, N-O-L-A. And at first I thought it was for New Orleans, but it's not. It's just Nola, and I forgot why it was named that, but it's super cute. And what I thought I would do is buy a pin that somebody could pin on to make it a little bit more dressy, or they could take it off and it just could be every day. So that is one project finished, and this will probably be for my grandma, and if not my grandma, maybe my sister, because I think both of them have smaller heads than me. And I made it to give away, so I do want to give it away. Okay, so works in progress. So I went to I went to Michael's and bought the yarn because I was going to use some yarn that I had in my cabinet, but most everything I have is not superwash, and I was worried that being a gift for someone, they might not know how to care for it. So I went to Michael's, and I don't remember what this is. I think it's Lion Brand. I have the tag around here somewhere, and it will be on my project page when I find it. But this next one is Heartland by Lion Brand, and it's this really pretty gray. I don't know why I didn't go with the same color. I really liked that, but this is a worsted weight, and I felt that one was really kind of thick, so I thought maybe this would be better. So here it is. I'm already on the decrease of the crown, and knits up really fast. It knits up really fast. And I think it's a paid for pattern. I think I had to purchase it. But I loved it so much, and I thought it was a style that would be popular with different ages, because I don't know how old the lady is that I picked. So, oh my goodness. I am just dropping everything, wrapping my legs all up in yarn. I'm a mess. I really am. I am so tangled up in project bags and legs. Oh my goodness. How did this happen? There we go. All right. We're good now. Okay, I had another project and I left it downstairs. I'm knitting another pair of socks out of my pattern Harvest Festival for my husband. They are knitted on 2.0 US needles. I knit mine on 1.5, so I knit his on, no wait a minute. I usually knit mine, oh yeah, okay, never mind. Yes, I knit mine on 1.5. I knit his on 2s because that makes it a little bit bigger. I was thinking I changed the pattern to where I upped my needle size, but I didn't. I increased the stitches. I usually knit 64 stitches for my socks for me on a 1.5. But my pattern, because of the twisted stitches, I assume, it makes it a little bit tighter, the fabric that is knitted. So I increased the stitch size in the pattern. So if you decide to knit my pattern, that's not an error. Um, if you normally knit yourself a 64 stitch sock, you will want to knit the 72 stitch sock. So anyways, I'm knitting him a pair of socks and I am almost to the toe. So I've just about finished the foot, almost to the toe, and then I can start the second sock. And he's excited about it. I bought the yarn at Stitches, Texas, and it was stunning string, or I don't know. Go check out my project page because it's there. It's red, it's beautiful. He's going to love them when they're finished. They're super soft. So, that is all the knitting. I was going to show you what I bought and I forgot to look it up. I'm such a scatterbrain today. I'm going to show you something that I got on the Hill Country yarn crawl at our first stop, which was in Austin, and that's at Hill Country Weavers, which is one of my favorite stores. I like that one, and I like the Tinsmith Wife. Those two are my ultimate favorite yarn stores in Texas. So when I first walked in, I saw a bag, and I was telling myself, I've really got enough bags. I'm not buying any bags really on the yarn crawl, except maybe Diane's bag because she had shown a bag on her podcast, and I was like, oh, could I have that bag? But then I went into the Hill Country Weavers and I found another bag. You guys, I'm like a bag lady. But isn't that cute? It's a Christmas bag with camels. Oh my goodness, it is so cute. I had to buy it. It is made by Magic Junie Sews. Magic Junie Sews. And it was at Hill Country Weavers. And she does have an Etsy store. And it's Magic Susie Sews. So go check her out. I assume she's local to Texas since her bags were in Austin. She probably lives in Austin or the Hill Country. But this fabric was so cute, and the inside is yellow. Oh my gosh, so cute. And it's bigger, and it's got the little snap inside, so if you wanted to put your yarn through it, you could. I am so uncoordinated. There we go. Yes, very, very cute. I had to have this. And then, before I left, I saw some yarn, and Sweet Amelia gave me a pattern, and I think it's called Amelia. I meant to go write this down because I knew I would mess it up big time. I think it's by Boston Jen, and it's her shawl pattern, and it's I mean, I have to put it in the notes because my brain. I know you guys are yelling at me. Well, Amelia, you're yelling at me because you know what you gave me. Rose, something rose. Anyways, it's a 3-colored shawl. and it's a triangular shawl, and it's got different patterns, and you use different color yarns and all. And when Amelia gifted it to me, it was right about the time we were about to move into this house. And I thought to myself, I've never had a front porch. I've always wanted a front porch on a house. So I could put rocking chairs out there and sit outside and, you know, just sit outside, maybe wait for my husband to get home, or my husband and I could sit out there when it's cooler and, you know, sit outside. So I was thinking about the house, and I was thinking about sitting on the porch. And when Amelia gave me that pattern, I thought, wow, that's really pretty. Yeah, I definitely want to make that soon. But I didn't really have any yarn in my stash to knit this pattern. And then I started thinking, I ought to pick out some colors that match the house, because Amelia gave me this pattern about the time I was buying the house. And I was so anxious to move, and we had to wait, you know, for all the paperwork to go through and for our closing, which was set, you know, almost a month out. And I was just so excited to get here and to be in this house. And so I picked out colors of yarn at Hill Country Weavers to make that shawl. And I feel so bad that I cannot think of the name of the shawl. I picture the shawl in my head. I just can't think of the name of it, but I do believe it's Boston Gin. It's her new pattern. Relatively new within the last few months, I think. So I bought some yarn, and these are the colors of the front of my house. So, aren't these pretty? I love these together. It's going to be something that I can wear with quite a bit, because it's not just pink or red. It's kind of a neutral color. And these are actually knit by number, which I've seen some podcasters have this yarn, and I thought, wow, where do they find that? That's really neat. It's 100% merino, and they're DK, and they come from, I think they come from the UK. Let me see. See, I'm not prepared. Totally not prepared. It's Knit by Number is a new range of merino yarn available in over 70 unique colors, shades. Oh, here. Spun in Devon by John Erbin of Fiber Harvest Limited. So there is a website, www.jarbon.com if you're interested. And this is shade number KB-N115, and it's like a oatmeal-y beige color. And then we have the brown, which is shade number KBN07, and it's just like a dark chocolate brown. And then we have shade KBN59, and that's just a green, like a mossy green. It's not really showing up true to color. That's more true to color. I love this yarn, and I can't wait to start on my shawl. So Amelia, thank you so much for the pattern, and here's my yarn, and I'm going to get these wound up so I can get started. So thank you very much. That was very sweet. So that's what I got at Hill Country Weavers, and I think that's all I'm going to show you for today. I'm going to save some of the other things I got on the yarn crawl for another podcast. Because as you guys know, I usually only buy yarn 2 or 3 times a year, and I want something to show you each podcast. So I guess that's it. Thank you for checking me out, or returning if you're a returning viewer. And if you want to see pictures of little Sadie, go to my Instagram and follow me there. I am Black Horse Knitter on Instagram, and of course Black Horse on Ravelry. And I might do a short little video and put it up on YouTube of Sadie later on, because she's super cute. And of course, I will include Dottie in that too, so you guys can see her. I know you've been asking about her. She's doing great. She's doing the same. And I kind of think she likes her new little sister, as long as her new little sister doesn't take any of her toys. She's turned into a 2-year-old. As long as you don't take her toys, she's fine. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.